Good morning, guys. Welcome to the bird's nest. I hope you're sleeping in today, honestly. It's the day after Thanksgiving. I'm headed to the office. I got a lot of end of year work to do. And so I really wanted to be at work today when no one else was there so that they can't give me new stuff to do that stops me from doing the stuff I got to do, because that's what it's like every single day. Used to come out with a plan and then somebody be like, I need this right now. So I'm going to work today and hopefully I'll be the only one there, because I am in total violation of the dress code. But anyway, before I get started, just a little news update. It's good news and bad news, but the good news is really good. It's encouraging. But before I get into it, please like, comment, and subscribe for all your NFL news, recaps, and gossip. So, I guess this first part could be gossip or news. Listen, Cleveland media is so sensational. They're not reputable journalists, most of them. Well, for one thing, a lot of them are radio personalities. Some of them have podcasts, big podcasts. Some of them are journalists, some of them are beat reporters, but they like sensational stuff. They're not serious. And so there's this guy, and I don't know if I guess he's a Cleveland guy, because why is he? It could be that he's talking to Cleveland media because of Shedeur. Albert Breer. I don't know him like that. I'm learning about a lot of these people because of Shedeur. And everybody's talking about him. But this Albert Breer person, I thought of him as a reputable source, despite the fact that he wasn't a Shedeur fan. He was very anti-Shedeur, like Jason Lloyd. Jason Lloyd is nastier, though. Like, Jason really hates Shedeur. I kind of like compare him to Stefanski. I know they say now we're irrational for that. Now we're irrational for saying that Stefanski doesn't like Shedeur, despite I could just rattle off a list of reasons why we should believe that Kevin Stefanski doesn't like Shedeur. Anyway, Jason Lloyd and Albert Breer have been spreading very nasty things about Shedeur. But again, I think of Jason as a reputable journalist. He writes for The Atlantic, so if he writes something in The Atlantic, I take it as the gospel. Now, if he's talking on the podcast, not so much. Not so much. So, I trust Jason Lloyd as a journalist, despite the fact that he hates Shedeur. Now, Albert Breer, I kind of looked at him the same way. But now we done found out that he's not trustworthy. And I done told y'all 50 times, once I catch you in a lie, I never believe you again. Like Jason on the podcast, not writing stories, editorials in an Athletic, on the podcast. Well, Albert Breer, I don't even know if he's a writer. I don't believe I've ever read any of his stories, because I don't like to read stories that are negative about Shedeur. That's not going to give me like legit information. If it's just your opinion and it's very negative, like Jason Lloyd, see, I don't read all his Athletic articles. I read the ones that are informational. But so I avoid things like that. So Albert Breer, but he will come on various Cleveland media outlets, whether it be a podcast or a radio show, and he would be talking about Shedeur, and he fancies himself as some kind of Shedeur expert. That's what I get from him. He thinks of himself as a Shedeur Sanders subject matter expert, not unlike myself. So when he said that, when it comes to sources, like, you can't be sketchy about where you got the information from. You can't say, I heard, and then I just go along with that. Who did you hear it from? No, I don't need a specific name. Like, if you say, I heard from players, then I believe you. That you heard it in your ear, the players told you. I believe you until you give me a reason not to believe you. So Jason Breer came out and said multiple coaches told him this, that, and the third about Shedeur, negative things, and how he was behaving in his interviews, and that it was legit the worst interview that they had ever seen in their life. Albert Breer was saying that, and I believed him, because he said numerous coaches, and he emphasized that. And now that I know that he's a liar, the fact that he emphasized that reminds me of so many liars that I know. They emphasize it, but they lying. So now I don't believe anything that he ever said, because he 92.3 The Fan, I think it was the afternoon. No, it wasn't the afternoon drive. It was the Ken Carmen show. So they are not, like, Cleveland media is warming up to Shedeur now that they got to see him play. You know, despite the fact that they've been lying on him for 6 months. He got a weak arm and trying to come up with an excuse for why he fell in the draft, because we don't want to say collusion, as if the NFL doesn't do that all day, every day, and 5 times a day on Sunday. So, you know, lying on Shedeur. He got a weak arm. He can't read defenses. We knew those were lies. But Albert was talking about the interviews, and I believe the interviews were bad. But then again, now that I'm just seeing so many of them lying, I don't even know what to think, guys. I don't know what to think. The fact that Brian Daboll got fired for having an anger management issue, and he started the stuff with Shedeur that caused him to tumble in the draft, I don't even know what to think anymore. My hat is slipping. I don't know what to think anymore. It's because of my coat. But Albert, the Ken Carmen show on 92.3 The Fan, I think that's what it's called, live, Albert Breer came, well, they played a clip of Albert Breer lying on a different show. He said, they're trying to, this is what they're doing now, because they're starting to warm up to Shedeur, because they now have to accept that he's him. They didn't even research that to know if he was him. They just started spouting off narratives that they heard, talking about he had a weak arm and couldn't read defenses. But now that he's playing, you can't lie no more. So they are, like, trying to embrace him, while at the same time cleaning up the fact that they was lying and talking stuff, and he can't throw deep passes. And, I mean, he doesn't have an arm and all this junk. By Ken Carmen and all of them on 92.3 The Fan are trying to explain Shedeur's personality. I guess that works for white people. Look, this race thing is real. So that works for white people. If you need to explain Shedeur's personality to white people, that's fine. If that's what you think is required for them to accept him. So that's what Albert was doing on this, whoever he was talking to, and saying, you know, that Shedeur lacks self-awareness. And I'll be agreeing with some of it, but the thing is, it doesn't offend me. And so that's why he went into interviews. He really just didn't even understand. It's just the way that he has lived his life. Like, even that part. being a rich guy. The thing is, Dion didn't raise them rich. Him and Shiloh done told us 50 million times. We had a big house, that's it. We didn't have no money. We didn't have no clothes. He raised us like we were poor in a big house. You notice they act black. They don't act privileged, although they are privileged. They do act privileged, but they different kind of privilege because of Dion exposing them to people from different income brackets when they were growing up. So Albert says in his explanation of Shedeur's personality, and that he doesn't mean any harm by it, he says he does things like, you heard the stories. You heard the stories. Him not traveling to games with the team. And stuff like that. That's what he said. Then no more examples. That was his example. And then he ended with the stuff like that. You know the things. You heard the rumors. Bro, what? I'm a Stone Cold Shedeur Sanders stalker, and I ain't never heard that before. Where did he get that from? Well, you know how we do. You know how we do. It's too many receipts. It's too many receipts out there on Shedeur for them to be able to tell these lies, like the sitting in the back of the beating room and now you're talking about he didn't ride with the team to the games. How do you think he was getting to? What do you mean? Was he taking a private flight? Look, they ain't taking no private jets that they got to pay for over and over and over again. They are frugal. So how do you think he was getting to games? What do you mean? Anyway, so of course, Shedeur's fans, because we are well aware of the multitude of receipts that exist on Well Off Media and Shiloh's page and Shedeur's page and their entourage pages, they done came up with 5011 receipts of Shedeur getting off the bus, riding on the bus. So now they, of course, are eating up Ken Carmen on Twitter, and he trying to say, I never agreed with the clip. Anyway, what do you know? Why'd you play the clip? You did agree with it. Why'd you play it? He was lying, and you spread that lie. I don't really care, because this is local Cleveland media. And let me tell you, we were talking about this on Twitter the other day, and it just happens to me all the time. Because I call Shedeur my nephew. Well, that's fine on the internet, because on the internet, everybody calls him that. But guess what? I know people find this hard to believe. Most people are not on social media all the time. So people who are on social media like me all the time have an addiction. It is bad. It's not a good thing. It is an addiction, and it's not real life. Those are the only people that know all this stuff that we know on social media. In real life, anytime, and I'm telling you every time, I refer to Shedeur as my nephew. Every single time, in real life, people think I'm serious. And then I have to explain. Don't nobody care about that mess. So I don't really care about local Cleveland media that nobody listens to but people in Cleveland. And Shedeur die-hard fans, not normal fans, the die-hard ones, are the only ones listening to them. So it's not even going to go anywhere. So I don't really care. But now I know that he's a Shedeur hater who's starting to like him because he's a Cleveland guy. And Shedeur is their quarterback. They have accepted that. Most of them have accepted that he's their franchise quarterback. And so they are embracing him. And then these people, and multiple people on 92.3 The Fan, explaining Shedeur's personality so that it can be palatable to white people. That's what it is. And that's cool. Whatever you think it takes. I don't know. I don't think you need to do all that, because if he plays well, just like they're embracing him now, the more he plays well, they're going to just be embracing him more. They're going to love him. Until y'all turn on him, because y'all did that with Baker. Y'all loved him until you turned on him, because Stefanski didn't like him. That's why he got to go, among other things. He doesn't coach well. He doesn't coach well. Did we talk about the fact that Shedeur was set up for 3rd and long, like gosh darn every single time? Can Stefanski, we got to stop saying Stefanski, it's Rees, but they are a team. They think the same, they have the same views, they have the same view of Shedeur. Are they gonna hopefully this week work on calling plays that doesn't get them in 3rd and long every single time? Can they do that? Are they capable of that? If they're not capable of that, because so far well, that was Tommy Rees. That was his first time coaching Shedeur with his own game plan. If you don't want me to keep saying y'all sabotaging them, because y'all ain't did nothing to stop me from saying that yet. If you want me to stop saying it, show me in this next game of y'all not setting that boy up for 3rd and long every single possession. And I changed my mind on the Wildcat. Well, I'd like Shedeur to get at least one red zone series. At least one. But if they're successful with the Wildcat, because I want this win so desperately, I'm willing to, we can have the Wildcat for this one. But in that Titans game, I don't want to see the Wildcat. Let that boy get his red zone reps. Anyway, so yeah, Albert Breer got caught on the lie. The Shedeur fans put him on blast. They were late because that was from a day ago. Well, it's 2 days now. And they got him the next day, but that's fine. It take time to compile all the evidence and go through videos and get all the receipts and make a proper video to put out there to refute the lie that Albert Breer told and that Ken Carman spread on 92.3 The Fan, because they feel like they need to explain Shedeur's personality. You ain't got to explain nothing. Finesse. He don't need you. Anyway. On to the good news. The good news is, I already knew that the Browns were they were not eliminated from the playoffs. I believe, I want to say if they lose this game, they will be eliminated, but I'm not 1,000% sure. I'm not 1,000% sure. But they're still in the playoff run. But it was somewhat unrealistic to think that they could make it. But the AFC is struggling. The whole AFC. Now, our division is AFC North. Is struggling. But the Chiefs are also in AFC. They're AFC Chiefs. I don't know. Don't get me lying. Which AFC division they're in. I only know about AFC North. Because I've been cheering for them for two years now. This is my 2nd year. Last year was the Steelers. They're in the AFC North. And this year is the Browns. They're in the AFC North. So everybody is struggling. The Chiefs lost yesterday to the Cowboys. The Ravens lost yesterday to the lowly Bengals. So that keeps the Bengals in it. Now they're 3-8. And then the Ravens are now 6-6. The Bills are not playing well. So no, the Bills are in NFC. Aren't they in NFC? Don't get me lying. So in AFC North, we got the Steelers, the Bengals, the Browns, and the Ravens. All struggling, which keeps the Browns in it. So, at a minimum, for starters, we have to win this next game against the 49ers. Now, the 49ers are 8-4. Here's the thing, though. Now, I already told y'all this. The Browns have the best defense in the league, as far as I'm concerned. And if they ain't the best statistically, I bet you they in the top 2. And so, with a competent, that's all, not fantastic, competent quarterback they could win a lot of games. Another reason why Stefanski needs to be fired for wasting these guys' season. Because he knew who Shedeur was. He knew. He saw it in practice. And instead of developing him, he leaked stories saying that Shedeur wasn't ready. Dylan's better than him right now. Boy, Dylan ain't never been better than him, but they were lying. They keep lying around Shedeur. And so when he goes to the media and says it's been a very rough 6 months, that is part of it. And although they are trying to now play a Jedi mind trick on us and gaslight us into thinking that Kevin Stefanski likes Shedeur, at the same time, they're talking about how Kevin and Shedeur can heal their relationship. Look, Kevin and Shedeur don't need to heal their relationship because Kevin's a bad coach. He doesn't coach well. People do these tape reviews, tape breakdowns, and they see how bad the play calling is. It's horrible. It is horrible. And so he needs to be fired because he can't lead this team to victory because he is unqualified, just like Dylan Gabriel. Like him and Stefanski are the same. That's why I like him. So he needs to go. Him and Shedeur don't need to develop their relationship. And that is that's the thing that is standing in the way of them doing what I believe they can do as Shedeur grows each week and becomes the elite NFL quarterback that I know he's going to become, but I'm expecting it next season. Game 1. I'm expecting him to be like Jaden Daniels out there next season, game 1, because he didn't get the development to get it done on time this season. But he will ramp up quickly. I do believe that by his third. Listen, that Cam Ward is the best quarterback thing. The Cleveland Browns about to beat Cam Ward like a red-headed stepchild, because by then Shedeur will have 3 weeks of practice reps under his belt and 2 NFL starts. So by the time he gets to the third one, they about to show you who was supposed to be the number 1 quarterback in the draft. So I have full confidence in that. Titans, not worried about the Titans, but the 49ers, despite them having some issues right now, so it's ideal. It's very possible for them to win this game because of the defense and Shedeur's second week of starting reps would be, if the play calling is right, they could win that 49ers game. And once that happens, I do believe that all of Cleveland will be bought in on Shedeur. We'll stop hearing these bad reports from the media for a while, except for if they'll still be doing this weird thing that they're doing now, which is explaining his personality as if his personality requires explaining. But they'll be embracing him. Because after the win, they were in. Some of them were all 100% in on Shedeur after that win. If he wins this time, Cleveland is his. Cleveland is his, and whether Stefanski calls him the franchise quarterback or not, that's what he's going to be. If he wins this 49ers game. And if he wins this 49ers game, there's no one left on the schedule that is unbeatable. In fact, they don't play any of the unbeatable teams. Like the Colts balling out. Who else is balling? It's really only like 3 teams that's balling out. Who is it? It's the Colts. I can't remember right now. Broncos are doing good, but even the Broncos be winning ugly. So, but they ain't playing them. Are they? No, they're not playing them. everybody they're playing, they're hard games. Chicago been doing good this season. So to me, now when I name their allegedly hard games, to me Chicago is the hardest one. But I tell you what, Shedeur, from a competitor's standpoint, he doesn't like Caleb Williams. When they played in college, you know, Caleb was allegedly the man at the time. They were ignoring Jaden Daniels at that time, and Caleb was allegedly the man. And Shedeur was like, they were like, how are you going to handle Caleb Williams or something like that? And Shedeur was like, the same way I handle everybody else. He ain't nobody. What's special about him? So he got that attitude because, you know, he competitive. If you see him in the presser, Shedeur, when he first came out starting, he was being his real self. But then they beat him down. And like I always tell y'all, despite the fact that he says he doesn't care, he does. Because they beat him down, and then he withdraws a little bit. And he starts acting like a corporate quarterback. I don't want him to be like that. I want him to fight for his right to be himself. But he knows he got to win a few more times. His true personality will come out. And y'all will accept it. But he beat it back a little bit. But before that, he had to stop himself a couple of times from disrespecting his opponents. He's competitive. If you watch video of him and Coach Prime together, in almost every video, they are competing against each other. Their whole conversation. I've been on a private jet more times than you. They be talking about stuff like that. Michael Jordan was that way. Kobe Bryant was that way. That competitive nature that never turns off. That's how Shedeur and Coach Prime are. So he doesn't like giving respect to opponents at all. But I see him catching himself in pressers from, let me not say that, because if I say it, they're going to get mad at me. So, you know, that's how he feels about Caleb. And so, for that reason, I know he wants to win that game desperately. That's the one he wants to win. You know, he know he going to win the Titans game. And, you know, I don't think that's the big one. It's that Bears one. I don't think the Bills is the big one. I don't know what's going on with them. I seen cracks in the armor there last year when I was watching. I was watching them for Keon Coleman, and I saw cracks in their situation, and even the Keon situation. I knew something was going on there. For one thing, Josh Allen, I don't know if he still does this, because you know these quarterbacks get older. They age in dog years. And so it could be that his career is just starting to slow down now. I don't know how old he is. He's probably just in his, late 20s, maybe 28-ish? I don't know. Everybody can't play as long as Tom Brady, and who knows what he did to even be able to play that long that well. That he probably was juicing up. Anyway, it could be that he's just losing a step. I don't know what's going on with the Bills, but Josh Allen last year was trying to make all the plays. Throw the ball, run the ball. I'm surprised Jameis Winston caught a ball as a wide receiver before Josh Allen did, because he be trying to do everything, and that's not good. You need a team effort. So I don't know what's going on with the Bills, but they ain't playing good. And as a result, if Shedeur can win the rest of these games, which I think is 100% doable, they only have 3 allegedly hard ones, which is the Bills, the Bears, and this 49ers game. If he can win this 49ers game, he can win them all. And if he wins them all, and the Ravens keep losing, we know the Steelers going to lose, because they got an old man as their quarterback. The Steelers are going to lose. The Bengals don't have any defense. I don't know how they beat the Ravens. Well, you know what it is? In the AFC North, that's another thing I learned last year. you never know who's going to win their games. Their divisional games they be trying to kill each other. And so as a result, sometimes the underdog wins. A lot of times. Plenty of times the underdog wins when two AFC North teams play each other. So that's what happened. The underdog won. And then something's going on with the Ravens because they're struggling this season, which also makes me think, because I already felt that if Shedeur wanted to go to the Eagles, because they did try to draft him, he could put up a fight for Jalen Hurts' job, because Shedeur likes to throw and Jalen doesn't. He could put up a fight for Jalen's job. I always thought that, but I didn't think he could get Lamar's job, because Lamar can run and throw. But I don't know what's going on with him. So it is possible who knows how the universe would have turned out if Shedeur accepted and didn't ask the Ravens to please not draft me. Had he gone there, if things turned out the way they did, and Lamar was not playing well, and then got injured and was out for weeks, and then Shedeur comes in, even without the reps, because there, wasn't no quarterback competition. Although in the offseason, preseason, training camp and stuff, he would have gotten reps. That's when you get the reps. It's just that Stefanski, he didn't give them to Shedeur like that's at the time when you normally get them. He could have came in and won some games, won a lot of games, and then when Lamar came back, and if he started struggling, I told y'all they like to do Lamar wrong. They collude against him twice. They like to do him wrong. And they was getting bad ref calls too. They got a touchdown taken back from them last night. So now I'm like, are they against Lamar? Were they trying to send Shedeur to those two teams to unseat those two quarterbacks specifically? I don't know. But you got Jalen Hurts struggling with his team. They mad at him. You got Lamar Jackson struggling. And then not getting calls. I don't know. The league is so corrupt. I don't know what to believe, or it could be nothing. It could be totally innocent. It's just that because they're corrupt, when things look weird, I just don't be knowing. So, the Bills got a chance, y'all, if the coaching improves at the rate that Shedeur improves. They could win all these games. And even if they go to the playoffs and lose the first game, which I just don't think that they have to. I just have faith in this team. I'm telling you, week 1 or 2, it may have been by 2 of watching this team, that defense, I was like, oh my God, this is Shedeur's team. He's taking them to the Super Bowl. They got a team. So this is my belief. We'll see how it plays out. But that is good news. They are in the playoff picture. And it's possible, guys. So that's the good news. So I just wanted to report that. I'm going to head on into work. I'm almost there. About 10 minutes away now. And y'all have a good day and a good weekend. And I will see you guys Sunday or Monday. I be home lazy on Sunday. I don't be presentable. And so that's why I don't be coming on Sunday. I come on Monday when I go to work. So I'll probably see y'all Monday. But y'all have a good weekend. Mwah.